ABD says in most cases the thieves didn't get away with much, instead leaving behind more of a headache for business owners. Like here at Prototype, they were left with a $500 repair bill to fix these glass doors. Investigators have been going in and out of this gate right behind me all day. This is where the whole ordeal started after someone called police and reported 2 men trespassing. According to city officials, more than 1,500 homes, just like the one behind me, were damaged, and hundreds have been declared too unsafe to live in. The Vidal family was traveling back from a party here on US 183 when the crash occurred. They are now offering $3,000 to anyone with information that can lead to the arrest of that hit-and-run driver. With 4 presidents in attendance and many heroes of the civil rights movement, the summit here at the LBJ Library is no doubt a historic occasion, but it's also an extraordinary opportunity to address the issues of our nation. This new campaign, organizers not only want you to take a pledge that says you will not text and drive, but also help spread the word through social media in hopes that people will think twice before they get behind the wheel and text and drive. I'm in the center of Ghost Town, where the spooking gets started right as the sun goes down. Tonight, more than 200 volunteers have come out to help scare for a cure.
The Civil Rights Summit on campus is a historic occasion.
With 4 presidents in attendance, along with many heroes of the time, the summit provides a platform for discussion.
My fellow Americans, I am about to sign into law the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
This week, the LBJ Presidential Library celebrates the 50th anniversary of President Johnson signing the great 1964 Civil Rights Act.
It really transformed American society and finally allowed us to meet the promise of all men are created equal.
Even 50 years later, the struggle for equal rights is still very much alive today.
This battle for equal opportunity never really goes away in terms of immigration reform, criminal justice reform, making sure that all kids have an opportunity to equal educational opportunity.
With 4 presidents in attendance and many heroes of the civil rights movement, the summit here at the LBJ Library is no doubt a historic occasion, but it's also an extraordinary opportunity to address the issues of our nation. Issues and policies such as gay rights.
Get married. So this country is changing very, very rapidly, thank goodness, to respect their neighbors, their friends, their coworkers who are gay.
And women's rights.
Well, the worst human rights abuse on earth right now is by far the abuse of women and girls. And this takes place not only in every foreign country, but also in the United States quite severely.
President Carter says we are able to discuss all of these policies because LBJ fought so hard to fulfill his promise to the nation, equality.
So Lyndon Johnson, for me, has been the champion for human rights exaltation and preservation in this country.
President Obama gave the keynote speech today where he said we are able to look back on where we have come in the last half century, and we do this with an eye on the future. These are just a few homes that were damaged in last week's flood. With blocks and blocks of devastation, thousands of people are still desperate for help.
We need help, people. We need help really bad. There's only 2 of us.
Every day I'm here doing this, I'm not working. And so not only are we dealing with this and we've just lost everything, but we have no income.
More than a week later, people who lost everything are living in conditions less than sanitary.
My husband is disabled, and he's been sleeping on a wet soap mattress because our bed is gone.
According to city officials, more than 1,500 homes, just like the one behind me, were damaged, and hundreds have been declared too unsafe to live in.
Red Cross serving hot meals.
City crews and volunteers are working around the clock in hard-hit areas, but Daniel Geraci, Executive Director of Austin Disaster Relief Network, says that it's not enough.
There's a lot of desperate people in the Dove Springs, Bluff Springs area. They're just crying out for help, in need of volunteers to help them clean up their homes.
The Austin Disaster Relief Network, a body of more than 100 churches in the area, is guiding the volunteer efforts to help clean up the Dove Springs and Onion Creek areas. Geraci says that they need about 5,000 volunteers to really reach these homes because there is still a long way to go.
We need help from volunteers to come in and get help get the houses cleaned out, help with prayer, just help. There's too many families and not enough volunteers.
To find out more about how you can help the flood victims, visit adrntx.org. Callie Cantrell, Texas News Watch. Tommy Bauman, Carrie On, and Rick Turner first got together to paint the ostentatious mural 40 years ago.
Walked into a co-op board meeting and we said, we're here to paint your mural.
Due to recent tagging by unknown vandals, the original artists have reunited once more to repair the damage done to both works.
Tagged by a really large tag that covered, my guess is about 20% of this mural, about 20-25% of that mural.
White pencil.
The artists have been hard at work painting and updating the Texas wall, but they say they will devote the most time and money to the ostentatious mural.
We got to a finishing point earlier this week where we had painted all of the damage out, and we're taking a couple of days to have some fun, add some new things, but round 2 is about to begin next week.
The artists say they are just about finished up here with the Texas mural and are moving on to the ostentatious mural, which is expected to take 5 weeks to finish. Not only do these beloved artworks hold a sentimental value to the artists,
In a weird way, this probably will be our legacy in Austin. This will be the thing that we are remembered for.
but they are also cherished by fellow Austinites.
And I just think it's really important to keep what makes Austin, Austin, with the murals and the art.
To fully restore these iconic walls, it will cost about $30,000. Callie Cantrell, Texas News Watch.